morning, guys. I think this is genuinely the first time I've ever filmed this early. It is 7:40 in the morning. An idea popped into my head. It's not a new idea, but I don't think I've actually ever filmed this on my channel, and it's just using my holy grail, like for sure will have repurchased. So these are some things that you've seen over the last 7 years on and off. Like they're never leaving the collection. I will always repurchase, I will always wear, and I always come back to because it's almost like a comfort item. So if you want to see my holy grail, forever favorite makeup products, then just keep on watching. As you all know, I am not a massive primer person. I think I'm tiptoeing into that category with some new primers that have been sent that I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of like this. But one, I don't know if I'd classify it as a primer, the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I don't think anyone hates this. If you do, let me know. I'd be curious because it is such a good, not even showing the right way, it's such a good product. I have the shade 3. I just put it kind of as a base all over the areas that I want to highlight. So tops of my cheeks, my forehead, and my nose. I think what everyone loves about this product is that you can wear it on its own if like you have incredible skin, but it just gives a very skin-like enhancement. It kind of is like a one and done. Like if you're not a massive highlighter person, where I feel like powder highlights are kind of like on their way out. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like I don't feel like anyone uses powder highlighter anymore, like except for the inner corner of your eyes. I know I was very like on and off, love-hate relationship with powder highlighter depending on like how my skin was doing, if I had texture. I mean, like, sorry, come on. That took like no time at all. And like genuinely, on no makeup days, this bit of mascara and lip gloss, that's your day sorted right there. So I absolutely love it. I'll keep repurchasing it. If you haven't and you're just hearing the hype behind this product, believe the hype. The hype is real. Next, are we surprised? I feel like I am the biggest advocate for this foundation. I love the Nars Sheer Glow. My go-to color is always medium 1, Punjab. If I have a little bit of tan or I have like a summer tan, I'll just straight go to medium 4, which is Barcelona. I'm gonna mix a little bit of both today because I have a little bit of a tan on. I'm gonna keep it on my cheeks, just areas I want a little bit of extra coverage. This foundation, even though it's called Sheer Glow, it is a buildable foundation, so you can get coverage out of it. Like, look at that. It's so skin-like. Like, ugh. Every time I use it, I'm like, why do I ever steer away? I think because of my field, like I'm always trying new foundations, but this one just does its job. And I always get compliments whenever I wear it. So if you're really into that healthy finish, you're gonna love this. But I have oily skin and it still works a treat on my skin type. So as long as you powder, which I don't think I ever not powder with foundation, you're gonna love this. It's just such a beautiful finish. Oh, it's so good, you guys. Sticking with the same brand, they know how to do skin, they know how to do complexion. The Nars Creamy Radiant Concealer, again, a product I've been using, I'll say like 8 years, definitely 8 years. Custard and vanilla are the go-tos. I'm gonna mix a little bit of both. I think I'm gonna do vanilla under my eyes because I want just a little bit more brightness, but it is quite light for me considering I have a little bit of fake tan on. It's a new one actually, and I'm loving it so far. So I'm gonna mix a little bit of custard into it just to neutralize it. This has a nice peachy tone in it. And then anywhere I just need a little bit of extra reassurance, any light scarring that's coming through. And it's just been again, such a consistent in my life. Such a good concealer. Moving on to powder, this Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Airbrush Finish Powder in 2 is incredible. Again, I think it's a holy grail for a bunch of people, especially if you have larger pores, oily skin. It's such a finely milled powder with a little bit of pigment, so you're gonna get coverage, but you're gonna get longevity out of your base. So I'm gonna take it on this large, I think it's a Kiko Milano brush, pat it on, tap it off, and then swipe upwards. So I'm filling the pore rather than just dabbing it. And then just a very light sweep everywhere else on my face, just to keep everything in place. When I'm not using a cream bronzer, the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer has been in multiple tutorials of mine. I've repurchased this, I think 3 times now in total. I just go for like the basic one. I think they have more shades now, which is great. It's just the Chocolate Soleil. It's a matte one. I'll link it down below, but I think it's just like the regular one that they first came out with, and I love it. It smells like chocolate. It doesn't irritate my skin, so if fragrance irritates your skin, take that into consideration, but I've never had a problem with it. It's a little bit more on like the cool tone, neutral cool. I wouldn't say it's like full on gray undertones, but definitely neutral cool. And I don't know, I just always gravitate to it. I love it. It performs, it lasts all day. And I feel like in this industry, especially because we're just thrown a lot of new makeup launches literally every day, you gotta find what like works for you. And for this product to always end up in my everyday makeup bag and for me to even repurchase it obviously speaks volume. So all of these are the same, where if I'm actually going out of my way to repurchase it after, if it was sent to me, if I originally purchased it myself to try it out, if I'm repurchasing it, I think that speaks volume for me telling you, if that makes sense. Obviously take that into consideration with people that you follow. Like if you're only consuming new makeup all the time, it's a little overwhelming. Like I'm overwhelmed and this is my industry. I'm like, I didn't even know this brand existed or this had this much to offer. Like I don't even know where to start. So it gets very overwhelming. So first of all, you don't need this much. No one needs this much makeup. I feel like our job is just to share, show, demonstrate, give our 2 cents on it. But if we're repurchasing it, reusing it, loving it, I don't know. There's some staples that you just can't walk away from. I think I over bronzed on this side, so nothing the beauty sponge can't fix right here. If you just went a little bit too much, just go back to your foundation or complexion brush, sponge, whatever tool you used, and just tidy up if you over blended. My favorite part of the makeup routine, you know, obviously I'm going to be using my brand Pearl Beauty, the multi-purpose sticks in 2 different shades, but I'm still going to use one of my favorite powder blush formulas and colors on top. So I'm going to take Girl Next Door in Real Depth. They have been my go-to for spring. If I want even more of a pastel-y kind of pop, I'll switch out Put Together for Easygoing for more of a peachy pink rather than like a rosy pink. So our new brush, which is coming out the beginning of May. How cute is this? I'm just going to dab it on top, starting kind of at the corner of my eye area, bringing it down to the apples of my cheek, across my eyebrow bone, into my temple, and my forehead. Blush really can enhance the look, lift your face. I created a product specifically for oily skin, but for all skin types, where I needed a cream blush multi-purpose stick that lasts. So me applying this before 8 a.m. in the morning, I will not have to reapply at all. That's how long wearing these are. And so many of you that have dry skin have said the same thing on your skin type, because obviously I have oily skin. I can't really speak for dry skin. I tested on dry skin, but I think that's a little bit more, you know, achievable because your skin can hold on to moisture, where oily skin deposits a little bit more oil and it can break up makeup quicker. And then when you're touching up, it can remove, where this stood the test. It did not come off. Just a shameless plug there, by the way. Okay, I'm a blush heavy person, so if this look is too much for you, just reduce it to what's comfortable for you. I'm moving on to a powder blush that I love. I have, I think, 5 of these. I wore one of them on my wedding day. I love this formula. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic. This one is the Climax, which I thought was a good mix topper for what we just put on our cheeks. So it has like a brown, rosy kind of outer ring and then a nude pinky inner little pop. So I'm gonna swirl and pop and literally just layer right on top. This will just give a little bit more pigment of color, and again, a little bit more coverage because obviously it's a powder. Moving on to eyelids. Normally not an eyeshadow wearer on an everyday basis, but wanted to include that category. I'm gonna take these 2. I love a good cream eye product. I feel like it's just easy. You can really work with it quickly and create multiple looks. So I'm taking Vintage Selection from MAC. It's like a cream finish. It's a little bit more of like a taupey shade. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna just use my finger. It's a one and done. It's so easy. I'm gonna pop that on my lid and look how gorgeous that is. So simple. It's like a shell, like a taupey shell. It's so beautiful. One and done right there. Just a little bit of extra color. Not that this color is like my holy grail, but this formula, like I just love MAC eyeshadows. The Nude Library I use all the time. These single ones are just, they're reliable, they're easy. If you're not a big eyeshadow wearer like myself, it's just a great option to go in, pick a couple colors that you like. You can create like a quad palette, or if you just want 2, you can pick up 2. They're obviously tiny. easy, and they're really good. They're really good. So anyways, this is the shade Finjan, which is going to complement Vintage Selection, which we just put on. It's like a purpley taupe. And I'm just going to put that at the outer corner of my eye in like a V shape. See, I'm just using my finger. I feel like sometimes adding so many brushes to your collection can get a little overwhelming. And if you just go slow and steady, blend out with your finger, you can get a really nice, natural, easy, user-friendly result. I'm gonna curl my lashes first with my Tweezerman Lash Curler. If you don't have one, you need to get one, life-changing. And then we're gonna move on to eyeliner. Whenever I was going through my collection, I think I literally have 3 liquid liners, this being one of them. I love the Benefit Roller Liner. I've repurchased this so many times over the years. Love the brown one specifically. But literally pre-kids, liquid liner, cat eye, every day. That's obviously I had the time I could do it. I only have like long-lasting, waterproof even kohl liners now, and then I sharpen it out with like my fingernail or a brush, and that's like all I gravitate to. So liquid liners aren't even like something I really go for anymore, but this one does last, excuse me, it does last all day on me. It's not waterproof, but it's a really good one. Literally, if I had to pick one thing out of this tutorial, you need this duo. Sorry, the kids are having breakfast and it's never a quiet affair. It's the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Primer. Normally I do 2 coats of the Hourglass Unlocked, which you already know my love affair with this. Like, it is so good. I just repurchased my 2nd bottle in London when we were there a couple weeks ago. So that was like, I think I got 3 months out of this, which is pretty good. It stands the test of time. So many of you now that are hooked as well, you're not looking back. So good. This makes it a little bit less, like if you just want length and spread outness, it's definitely not a word, but you know, just like very long and luscious looking lashes, you only need a coat of each. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. No surprise here. Iconic Nude from Charlotte Tilbury. Of course, it's gonna be the lip liner of choice. I think I have 4 of them at the moment because I just keep repurchasing it because they all get to like this level and I'm like, oh, can't be without it. So absolute favorite. It is just the perfect color. And then for lipstick, I don't think I could pick just one because lipstick is literally my kryptonite. I can't not buy a lipstick if I'm out shopping, even if I have no desire or need, absolutely definitely don't have any need for a new lipstick. I just can't not buy one. So I'm just gonna repurpose our Pearl products that we put on our cheeks, on our lips. So I'm using Put Together and Girl Next Door so that it really just brings the look together. Finish it all to keep it in place. I bought a trial size of this a couple months ago. Absolutely loved it. Just purchased the full size version. If you don't use a setting spray, I think you'll love it, especially if you have a lot of powders on your face. It kind of just melts it, makes it seem all seamless, and just gives a nice final finishing touch. This is it, you guys. These are my holy grail products. Hopefully you can really grasp the passion behind me talking about these because I really love them. Some of them have been in my makeup bag in rotation for almost a decade now, so really love these. I know that's personal to each person using their makeup and what works for them, but these are my faithfuls, my forever faithfuls. I've got to go help with breakfast duty here. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.